As the last golden hues of autumn surrender to the encroaching frost of winter, cultures around the globe pause in a timeless ritual. It's a moment of gratitude, reflection, and quiet anticipation. From the misty highlands of Ireland to the bustling markets of Seoul, the end of autumn and the dawn of winter have woven themselves into the fabric of human existence. But why? Why does this seasonal shift resonate so deeply, no matter the boundaries of geography or belief? Let's journey through time and tradition to uncover the shared vibes of thanking nature, feasting on locally sourced harvests, and that ever-present reminder, winter is coming. And yes, insert your best Game of Thrones Stark voice here, because even in ancient times, folks knew the long night was no joke. Picture this: in the United States and Canada, Thanksgiving bursts forth in late November, a feast of turkey, pumpkins, and pies, all drawn from the earth's autumn bounty. It's a time to give thanks for the harvest, gathering family around tables laden with locally grown foods like corn, squash, and cranberries. But this isn't just a North American affair. In Ireland, the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, celebrated around October 31st to November 1st, marked the Celtic New Year with bonfires and feasts of barley, potatoes, and freshly slaughtered livestock, food sourced from the land to honor the harvest and prepare for winter's lean months. Turnips were carved into lanterns to ward off spirits, a tradition that would evolve into today's Halloween pumpkins. Long before the Pilgrims, many Native American tribes like the Wampanoag had their own harvest ceremonies, celebrating successful harvests with communal feasts and offering thanks to the spirits of nature and animals for the bounty. For many indigenous peoples, the winter solstice marks a time of spiritual renewal, purification, and reflection, with rituals honoring the sun's return and strengthening family and community bonds during the cold months, such as the Hopi's soil ceremony around December 21st, featuring kachina dolls, corn and bean feasts, and prayers for fertility. Travel east to Korea, where Chuseok in September or October honors ancestors with songpyeon rice cakes made from fresh rice harvests, moon gazing, and dances under the full moon. Families visit graves, share meals of seasonal fruits and grains, and express gratitude for nature's gifts. In Japan, the Shichi-Go-San festival on November 15 celebrates children of 3, 5, and 7 years old, connecting the passing of seasons with family growth and protection, while Shogatsu, the New Year festival, marks winter's arrival with special foods like osechi and rituals for good luck, prosperity, and health. In China and Vietnam, the Mid-Autumn Festival lights up the night with lanterns and mooncakes stuffed with lotus seeds and red beans, locally sourced symbols of abundance, celebrating the harvest moon and family reunions. Over in Israel, Sukkot in October builds temporary huts from branches and fruits, feasting on pomegranates, dates, and citrus, all fresh from the land, a joyous reminder of impermanence and plenty. In Africa, the Igbo people of Nigeria celebrate the New Yam Festival, offering the first yams to gods and ancestors before feasting on roasted yams and palm wine, all locally harvested, with drums and dances binding the community. The Ga people of Ghana hold Homoo in August-September, hooting at hunger, with pokpoi fermented cornmeal offerings, drumming, dancing, and feasts to mock past famines and thank the gods for abundance as they prepare for drier months. In Iran, Marigan in October honors the harvest with feasts of pomegranates and sweets, thanking the spirit of friendship and nature's generosity. In Pakistan, the Kalash people's Chamos in mid-December features bonfires, animal sacrifices, dances, and feasts of walnuts, cheese, and wine to purify homes and ward off evil spirits during the dark months. In Brazil, Festas Juninas in June involve bonfires, dances, and corn-based dishes, bridging harvest themes with celebration as the Southern Hemisphere enters its colder months. These festivals, scattered across continents, share that universal vibe, a profound thank you to nature for her provisions. Locally sourced foods, whether Irish turnips, Korean rice, or Nigerian yams, aren't just practical, they're sacred, tying people to their land and seasons. But beneath the joy lurks a subtle warning. The harvest marks the end of growth, stores must be gathered, for winter's lean days approach. It's a global echo of preparation, community, and respect for the cycle of life. Now, let's dig deeper, literally, into the archaeological reasons why humans have always kind of feared winter. Flash back to prehistoric times, when our ancestors huddled in caves during the Ice Age. Fossils from sites like Atapuerca in Spain reveal bones scarred by rickets and slowed growth, signs of vitamin D deficiency from long, sunless winters. In Ireland, archaeological digs at the Hill of Tara and Tílachta uncover massive bonfire pits and ceremonial enclosures from the Iron Age, around 500 BCE, where Celts gathered to feast and make offerings, their animal bones and grain caches showing a desperate bid to survive the scarce months. Ancient Puebloan sites in the southwest U.S. reveal solar-aligned structures tied to the Hopi soil ceremony, reflecting fears of endless winter. Our ancestors, evolved in warmer African climates, weren't built for the cold. Genetic studies show we lack thick fur or hibernation instincts like bears, forcing reliance on fire, furs, and food stores. Neanderthal and early Homo sapiens sites across Europe reveal fire pits, animal skin clothing from bears and wolves, and buried food caches, measures against starvation and freezing. Viking runestones from Scandinavia speak of Fimbulwinter, a great winter of doom, echoing fears from 6th century climate crises where volcanic eruptions block the sun, causing crop failures and famine. For the Sami people of the Arctic, the winter solstice marks the sun's faint return with dances and rituals honoring reindeer as lifelines through harsh nights. For the Celts at Samhain, the thinning veil between worlds added a supernatural fear. Spirits could roam, demanding appeasement to ensure safety through the dark season. Winter wasn't just cold, it was a test of survival, fostering a deep-seated cultural fear, not panic, but a respectful awe that drove rituals and preparations. It's why we stockpile, why we gather, and why that Game of Thrones line hits so hard. Winter is a reminder of our vulnerability. And here's where it gets mystical: the bribing of the sun. As days shorten to the winter solstice, the shortest day around December 21st, ancient peoples feared the sun might vanish forever, dooming crops and life. So, they offered pleas and gifts to coax its return. In Ireland, Samhain's massive bonfires blazed to mimic the sun's warmth, guiding it back, while offerings of food and drink were left for ancestors and fairies, a plea: don't forget us in the darkness, we'll honor you, so please return with light. Costumes of animal hides confused malevolent spirits, a custom that lives on in Halloween's masks and capes. After Samhain, the Celtic Imbolc on February 1st symbolizes winter's end with rituals for the goddess Brigid, focusing on fertility, light, and purification. In ancient Rome, Saturnalia flipped social norms with feasts, gifts, and evergreen decorations, honoring Saturn for agricultural bounty and urging the sun's rebirth. In China, the Dongji festival reunites families over Tangyuan dumplings, symbolizing wholeness, with offerings to ancestors to ensure the sun's yang energy strengthens. Iran's Yalda night gathers loved ones to read poetry by candlelight, eating red fruits like pomegranates to mimic the sun's color and vitality, warding off evil and welcoming longer days. The Incas, Inti Raymi, though summer solstice in the southern hemisphere, mirrors this with animal sacrifices to the sun god Inti for fertile fields. Nordic Yule burned logs all night, feasting on stored harvests, to honor Odin and beckon the sun back, while Sweden's Lucy night and Saint Lucia Day celebrate the return of light with songs, processions, and feasts. The Sami people of the Arctic mark the solstice with dances under the northern lights, honoring the sun's return. The Hopi's soil involves kachina dances and offerings to welcome the sun. The Kalash Chamos features bonfires and sacrifices to purify and guide the sun back. Even Stonehenge aligns with the solstice sunrise, where druids and ancients likely offered chants and feasts to guarantee the sun's cycle. In Christian communities, Advent's wreath lighting and charity reflect anticipation of winter renewal and Jesus' birth. For Muslims, Eid al-Adha and Ramadan's end bring gratitude and community solidarity during seasonal shifts. It's a cosmic bargain. Please don't forget us next season. Come back so we can cultivate our crops, and we'll offer you our thanks, our fires, our first fruits. These rituals, from Samhain's lanterns to Yalda's pomegranates, aren't just superstition, they're humanity's way of asserting control over the uncontrollable, blending fear with hope. In the end, this seasonal pivot, from Samhain's eerie fires to Thanksgiving's warm tables, reminds us we're all connected to the earth, to each other, and to the rhythms of the cosmos. So next time you carve a pumpkin or feel that autumn chill, raise